Yeah, I'm here. So I put about an hour into this today. I didn't want to do really more than that. Not feeling too great. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing this as I mentioned previously. I'm going to be doing this in multiple parts. This is the really boring part where I just kind of go through the whole abandoned mine shaft and I'm gonna redo the cribbing. That's what stuff is called. That's really actually what it's called. It's called cribbing. And going through redoing the cribbing to give us a little bit more headroom here. Reconfiguring some different intersections and stuff. Putting in a few more. Okay, so we're gonna have to put this like this and this like that, and then we're gonna pop up. So yeah, I mean, I'm reconfiguring everything here because I want everything to be connected. I want everything to be connected, and I want to be able to. I mean, I'll change things as time goes on, as need be. I keep busting through up top there. Hold on. All right, so this continues and this turns. Okay, that's a good note to have. And any time where there's a block of wood between on the bottom of the cribbing, it means there's something underneath there. Whew, pardon my. I'm very tired. Yeah, I've not been doing very well recently. I've had a couple of bouts of food poisoning that I can't explain. Really kind of knocked me down a couple of pegs. So what I'm going to be doing is just some really low-key builds like this over the next week until I can get back into the full swing of things. Of course, right as I'm trying to get back into the game and really start doing regular live streams after the craziness of my October schedule and Halloween. I mean, my girlfriend has 2 kids, and that's always thrown in the mix there. Like always, it's not an option. That's part of what I signed up for. Not complaining, just stating that that's a thing. We're probably going to end up doing something with this ravine, just because. Yeah, I mean, this is basically where it's underneath here. So this area here, where the ravine is, I think we're going to try and make that into the entranceway from the pardon me, top side here. What the heck is that? Oh, it's a ship. Very nice. There's some ruins over here. Some of these ruins are actually pretty gigantic, actually. But yeah, I can't put too much time in today. Like I said, I'm recovering from some illness, and I look like crap. I feel like crap. That's why the camera hasn't been on. I've only been talking. It's at the end here, but no. So we're gonna build a little town up here probably, and we're gonna tie that into the mine shaft down here. As you can see, I have Most of it, there's still a good chunk. Does it go over this way? I don't even know. But most of it is at the very least lit up. There are definitely a few spots. So here's the ravine, and there's the dirt room. So the dirt room, that's going to be the minecart storage area, and that's it. That's going to be all it is. Typically, I like to have the dirt room be something more important where items are unloaded and stuff, but this is underneath the ocean here, fairly far down, and we only have a few more places here and there to light up and redo the cribbing and put the tracks down and connect everything. There's only a few more basic things that need to be done here until I can start really really expanding on the structure here and really putting in some actual sort of redstone mechanicals and things like that. One thing that I do need to check here, let me see, come into, I need my creative inventory and no night vision. That's what I need to look. All right, so we're gonna go over on this other side. There was another mine shaft that I saw, but I can't find it now. I'm not sure if it was. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused because there was definitely oh. Here it is. Here it is over here. Okay. This one is also under the sea, but that's not a problem. Well, now my idea is spawner. Okay. So this one, when this mine shaft is fully built up, this section of it, I'm going to tie it into a little mining town up above there, like a village. That's gonna just like I have a subscriber. I follow Mumbo Jumbo on YouTube. If you don't, you should. He does survival multiplayer with on Hermitcraft server. He's part of the Hermitcraft server. But yeah, he kind of he's season 6 right now in the Hermitcraft server. On season 5, he actually built part of it like a sort of like a little fishing town, a little town with like a lower class area and then sort of like an upper class area. And I think that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna sort of the miners are gonna live in one area. And then there's gonna be maybe a fishing area. We have plenty of land to work here. Oh, look, we have a sunken ship that I am very tempted to block replicate that up on the surface and have several of them. We'll see. Long term. So long term sort of prognosis here. Prognosticator. I'm being a prognosticator. So what we're going to have here is sort of like a dirty, gritty, kind of lower class area here. And this ravine is actually the same ravine that our mine shaft connects into, I'm pretty sure, or at least one nearby. Okay, so no, it is actually one that's further down. So this ravine here is going to be sort of like our access way, and I think we're probably going to we're going to kind of maybe make a primitive little mine under here, just to show that there's been like stages of mine shaft building technology and stuff like that. And then this is going to link up down this way into here or something. We're going to do something with that ravine there probably. Maybe that's how they used to do it. They just had a big open pit, and I found that maybe it's dangerous to have these giant open holes, and so they started building mine shafts. This one Maybe this one they're done using. It's fully built out. Maybe they just use this one for storage. I'm not sure yet. I haven't really fully fleshed out a plot for it yet. But we're going to connect these two up. And not just in one area. We're going to take at least one of these two here. One of these two levels here. I'm not sure. Probably this top one maybe. But we're going to bring this over. We're going to connect that one to here, and that other one we're going to probably connect possibly down over here. We're going to come through the wall of the ravine, and we're going to come over this way. As you can see, there's already a cave there and stuff. We're going to come over this way, and we're going to tie this in kind of over in this area here. So it's going to look like one big mine shaft, which is kind of exciting, kind of cool. I'm going to have this be sort of like the newer mine shaft, and we're going to have some ventilation. We're going to have some vent pipes that come up through the ocean, and maybe mark them out so the ships don't hit them. Stuff like that. Or maybe the docks will be so extensive across here that the ventilation shaft will be part of the docks or something like that. I'm not really sure yet, but this is a really long-term project, and it's nothing to do with my any of the other projects. It's just I've always wanted to build out fully repair and flesh out a whole thing connected to an abandoned mine shaft to make it not abandoned, and put in some armor stands and stuff like that, and have workers, and have it be sort of like a conceptual thing of what this might have been if this was a populated kind of area here. So I think in the long term, this area here, kind of like along, well, actually, we can use a whole lot of the stuff too. I think we're going to make it just a big, huge port town here, and the more expensive houses are going to be kind of over that way, away from the mine shaft. And then over here is going to be a big commercial district. We're going to really utilize the heck out of this birch forest area here. And maybe this hill over here. This is a pretty neat hill. As I'm looking at it more and more, it's actually really cool looking. Possibly good candidate for castle building over in this area. I could take the hill, and well, actually, whoa, huge lag. Okay, so I need to check down here, and it is actually an archway. So there's actually an arch here, and it's a bit thin. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this could be transformed long term. When I say long term, I mean this is like maybe a year, maybe a year and a half. Definitely at least a year project where we take what we have and we just transform it into something in creative mode. And this will be kind of here and there every once in a while when I just need to chill out. This will have a live stream like this. And you guys, as any of you follow, anyone who subscribes to me, I basically, that's all I do is live streams, because I feel like I'm under pressure to get something done, and that's kind of a good thing. And it also gives me a chance to be silly, because it was just me doing stuff and no one's watching. It can be very boring when no one's watching, actually. But yeah, so that's our plans. That's my plans for this live stream series, the Mineshaft Mania. And we're going to keep it in peaceful mode. It's not going to be all crazy with mob spawning and stuff like that. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be that kind of Minecraft stream series. It's really going to be focused on developing out sort of like a civilization in this area, and really seeing what we can pull off with sort of like the generated structures of the mine shaft, and maybe taking a couple pages out of as the updates come out. This will stay on 1.13, but as I'm not really keen on some of the new textures, so I think we're going to stay on 1.13 here for a while. But as the new updates come out, we can, see different blocks, using different blocks, and take maybe a couple pages out of the new village structure design, like the new different buildings and stuff. And but the primary focus right now is the mine shaft, and getting this just all set up to make it look like it's actually being used. That's my primary goal right now, is just to make sure that this looks used, and just make it look functional. Because if it's not functional, then what's the point of it, kind of thing. I mean, abandoned mine shafts are really fun for me to explore in survival, but they don't have a huge, like when you're in creative mode, they don't have a huge point, because they're kind of a liability, actually. In creative, it's like, okay, this thing is built, now what? But with what I'm doing, it's much more of a challenge, and that looks horrible, actually. So I mean, yeah, I'm really excited to be doing something so long term. My single player survival is not. I don't see it having an end to it. I think that's just going to be an ongoing series, and I will be updating that with the Minecraft updates, 1.14, 1.15, so on and so forth. So as the major updates come out, that'll be updated with it. This one will stay in 1.13. As you see, it's only 1.13.1. So I think we're going to just stay in 1.13.1 with this. And this is going to have an end goal. So there's going to be 3 phases. There's going to be the mine shaft phase, which we're in right now. That's going to probably last a couple of months. And then the next thing after that is going to be the fishing and dock and ocean going phase, so we can build up the seaside part of this little town idea. And then the third phase is building up the town and making the paths and building the buildings and planning all that. And that'll have 2 parts to it. That's going to have the streetscape layout and laying out all the paths and the roadways and stuff like that, and then the actual building of the structures. So we're going to lay the town out like a map. We're going to map it out, and then we're going to build it. So the part of the mapping will be kind of putting the paths where they are. When I say paths are not going to be for there's going to be, like, say there's cars, right, or whatever, steam cycles, whatever you want to call it. Any type of motorized vehicle, they're going to use horse and cart, whatever it is. Any heavy vehicles or vehicles that carry any kind of load at all, cargo or anything, they're going to be using the sort of stone or whatever pathway roadways. There's going to be paths, and some of the paths are going to be kind of like parkland. There's going to be parkland. I'm not going to completely annihilate all the birch forest around here, because birch is actually my girlfriend's favorite tree. So I want to try and keep that incorporated. If I have to move some trees, I will. Maybe I'll do a little tongue-in-cheek and do like pull a Ronald Reagan and have a little birch tree museum or something like that. It'll just be something funny. But I have ideas, and this is going to be a really low-key, sort of a slower-paced thing, and it's not going to be as sort of end goal oriented. It's just going to be sort of progress oriented, where get everything done that we need to before we move on. And I think the single player survival is a lot more is more achievement based, like building this needs to be done, that needs to be blah 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 blah. This is going to be more sort of quality over quantity, I guess is the right term. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy watching this third series that I have going on. And I will still be doing a little bit of derping here and there with, I'll still be having the Kerbal Space Program live stream. That's not going away. And yeah, no, so I'm really excited actually. The new server, unfortunately, that didn't work out, which is fine. Sometimes those things don't work out. So I think I'm gonna take this and make this sort of like my third. So we're gonna have the Empire Minecraft. I'm gonna have my survival single player, and I'm gonna have this. These are gonna be my three main series. And so this is gonna be Mineshaft Mania. Mineshaft Mania is basically the whole idea behind the whole premise behind Mineshaft Mania is that a town got built up around the wealth coming from its mine shafts. Maybe the mine shafts aren't like fully productive anymore, but the town is built and the town is self-sustaining now. So I think that's sort of Mineshaft Mania is going to be something like that. Maybe we'll put little houses down here, I do not condone or support Airbnb. I think Airbnb is terrible, but sort of like a bread and breakfast. Yeah, bed. See, that's how I'm totally out of it. Bed and breakfast, little chamber down here, something like that. Just something to make it fun and interesting, and yeah, sort of taking the industrial nature of the mine shaft and just removing it completely and putting in something that is just completely visually amazing. But yeah, it's basically I want this thing to look like it could function and be a mine shaft. But we're done. We're done building this mine shaft. We're done using this mine shaft to gather ore and stuff. And there's going to be another mine shaft that I'm going to start. And you'll see as that progress goes on, like I'm probably going to build a couple more mine shafts in the area of my own based on this sort of layout here with the taller cribbing and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm excited to do this, and I hope. I know people aren't going to be super interested in it because it's not survival, and it's not on a multiplayer server or anything like that. So I'm not expecting interest to be extremely high. However, I hope that it gives other people some inspiration, and if I get inspiration from something, I will definitely be linking their channel or whatever, giving them a shout out kind of thing. So yeah, I guess that's the overview, and you can't see me, but as per usual, guys, just love yourselves, love each other, kindness always. I will be back tomorrow with a either survival or single or SMP survival live stream. We'll see what happens. I just want to kind of take this ease back into the schedule that I set up for myself a couple months ago. And yeah, so love yourselves, love each other, kindness always, peace.